Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Hamilton, Administrative Coordinator at Iona's Washington Home Center. I'm excited to welcome you to our virtual hard caring event.
Hello, I'm Fran Foreman, Front Desk Receptionist at Iona in Tenleytown. We both want to thank you all for allowing Iona to join you today in your home or wherever you are watching today's program. We hope that you are safe and healthy.
I also want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors. Their support means that any monies raised today goes directly to Iona's programs.
Let me also thank all of the wonderful table captains who have worked so hard to bring their friends and colleagues here today. Thank you for connecting and welcoming new people to our community.
Finally, thank you for coming. Hi, we see you. Thanks for coming. I know that most of our lives are spent on screens, so we appreciate you taking the time to be with us. Before we go on, we both want to share with you why we are so proud to be a part of Iona's work.
For me, what I've enjoyed about working at Iona is helping those who call or walk in at Tenleytown and being able to direct them to the correct services. I also like chatting with the family members who bring their loved ones into the Wellness and Arts Adult Day Health Center.
And for me, I love working at a company that elevates me while serving older adults in the community. It is a godsend. I have been in the health field for as long as I've been able to work, and this is my true calling. My greatest joy is when the caregivers drop their loved ones off to the Washington Home Center and I'm able to greet them with my smile. In return, I always get a big thanks and I assure them that their loved one is in good hands. Just knowing that I make a difference in some way warms my soul. We are both proud to be a part of Iona's work because we understand its vital services in the community.
Today we'll highlight the stories and impact of Iona's work during this crisis and beyond. I can promise you that this will be the most inspiring half hour you spend today. We hope you enjoy the rest of our program, and we look forward to seeing you one day at Iona.
Good afternoon. I'm Jun Bang, Iona's Chief Executive Officer. Thank you for joining us today. This year marks our organization's 47th and my first year with Iona. There are several reasons, both personal and professional, as to why I was compelled to join Iona. The first is my connection to my grandmother. She's the love of my life. I grew up in the care of my grandparents, and they instilled within me the important value of helping others. And even today, the connection we share is incredibly special. Another reason I joined Iona was the staff and volunteers I got to meet, who inspired me with their dedication and hard work. The connections and trust that our staff and volunteers have built with the people we are honored to serve is nothing short of amazing. And I'm grateful that our participants and clients have someone to talk to, someone who will listen, and someone who will always care. We can never underestimate the value of even the briefest moments of connection, especially when it comes to isolated older adults and overwhelmed caregivers. And each year, Iona helps over 4,000 older adults and their families navigate the challenges and opportunities of aging. And we do this by caring for, connecting, and nourishing people in mind, body, and spirit. I want to tell you about my first Iona client visit. It was with Jerry. He's an older man who lives alone in subsidized senior housing with health challenges unique to him. During the client visit, Jerry received a delivery of groceries and household essentials from Iona's Food Pantry Plus. As I listened to our Iona volunteer talk with Jerry, I learned that while food security must begin with access to nutritious meals for all older adults, it's also about building community with our older neighbors. And that's something that can only be forged by genuine human connection and care. Now, over time, Iona worked with Jerry to provide him with individualized care and nutrition support specific to addressing his health challenges. And Jerry knows that Iona's team of staff and volunteers will always serve as a link to the resources he needs to continue his unique aging journey while maintaining his independence and dignity. But most importantly, he knows he has a community who cares about him. And as proud as I am of all that we've been able to do this past year, I can't help but think about those people who Iona has not reached yet. For many older adults and caregivers, there continue to be significant challenges as they manage daily life. The impact of extended isolation caused by COVID-19 on the mental health of older adults and their caregivers is profound. It's critical that Iona continues to offer our support groups and mental health therapy sessions. And that's why we need another full-time therapist to help us double the number of support group and therapy sessions this year to 1,200 and serve more caregivers living in wards 7 and 8. And another challenge, but also an opportunity for us, is to stand in the gap on the important issue of senior hunger. I recently attended the DC City Council hearing for the No Senior Hungry bill and testified to Iona's efforts to end the food insecurity crisis and offered our solutions. While policy change will take time, there's something we can do together today. Older adults need to be able to gain access to healthy, nutritious food that is free. And opening an additional farm-to-table market at Regency House, the only low-income public housing option for older adults in Ward 3, will provide older adults facing hunger, frailty, and weight loss an opportunity to have access to food that they may have to pass up. The challenges we see in society motivates us to be the change we want to see. And now more than ever, we see an important opportunity to provide the district's most isolated and marginalized older adults with socialization opportunities. We also see a great need for providing supplemental income to older adults. And with your help, we'll create a workforce development pilot project that employs 36 older adults in our community to connect with nearly 200 older neighbors who are in desperate need of connection, community, and support. And as most of us look forward to life resembling what we knew before the pandemic, we can't leave our older adults behind. Protecting the dignity and well-being of our older neighbors is a mandate on all of us. This is why we need your help to ensure that Iona is here for all older adults and family caregivers throughout the district. Help Iona protect our older adult population now and into the future. We're grateful to connect them to Iona's larger community, which includes caring people like you. Now I'd like to share with you stories from a few of the people we've been honored to serve in our community this year.
I thought dementia was like the TV shows, you know, where you're going to be in days of our lives and all of a sudden someone is just going to just be confused and like, oh, I forgot. But it wasn't that. It wasn't like that at all. So she's 70 and I'm like, she's young. And there came anger with that because I'm like, I should have got at least 20 more years out of you, lady, before we had issues. When Iona called me, it was Tommy, and she was awesome. She said to me, I got your mother's needs taken care of. We've got everything here. What about you? Are you all right? Because this is about you as a caregiver, just as much as it is about her. And I could breathe. Iona is a blessing. It had everything. The first thing we saw when we walked through the lobby was the art area. And my mother used to do oil paintings. Don't forget she was an interior designer. So drawing, crafting, all those things are great for her. So I said, wow, something she could immediately enjoy and like. It's a beautiful location. And they take her to different places. Oftentimes they're introducing her to art, take her to exhibits and so forth. So she's constantly in the move of everything and not sitting in front of a TV at home, which is what she would have normally done. Yeah, she loves it. She seems to bloom here. Our life has been many things, like complicated like everybody else's. I didn't know the pain that I was really going through. I'm an only child, and that's my mom. I want to love her to the last second. She doesn't have to remember my name. Just know I loved her to her very last breath. To her very last breath. And about your fantasies later, okay? Okay.
My name is Randy Thomas, and I'm 63 years old. I worked as a manager at Forceville Mall. I injured my knee and my back and found out they didn't have no insurance. I had nowhere to go. So I came to DC, slept on the streets. I got robbed, beat up, put in the hospital, but I survived through that.
So I first got connected to Randy Thomas towards the beginning of COVID. He's managed to surmount some pretty insurmountable odds.
I had times where I had thoughts of suicidal. Yeah, I make everybody laugh, but when I get alone by myself, it was so hard to get adjusted. Then someone mentioned to me, Iona. I had a chance to talk to Miss Rose. She was like a dog, like a mom to me. It was almost like a rose you grow from the ground. It just came up and it fell in the palm of my hand.
He told me that he slept on a bare mattress. It was cold, it was winter. I couldn't imagine myself not having a pillow or sheets or a comforter, blanket. And so I was able to get those things to him really quickly.
She orders certain food for me, and then she'll tell me certain things I'm not supposed to eat because I have diabetes and high blood pressure and all that. So she said, I'm looking out for your health to make sure you're healthy. There's times when I didn't have no food, nothing. And she said, I'm gonna get you whatever you need. Whatever I asked for, she did it. It's almost like heaven. And I ain't gotta worry about gunshots and jumping on the floor, stuff like that. It just made me feel a lot more better to loving myself more, not being afraid, not thinking somebody's gonna try to hurt me. And that's what I'm really looking for. A place that I can really feel like me, you know? And it's almost like I can wipe tears out my eyes right now.
It's great to help people. I hate to think of where Randy would be without Iona.
You go through moments where, from being homeless, where you just feel empty, and then where Iona came, it's just like they fill in all of those spots that I just felt empty at. And I just gotta thank God for you guys. I really do. It's like a prayer being answered out of nowhere.
I don't want to answer that question of what I would do without Iona. I can't fathom it.
Iona is the lifeblood for the seniors that we serve. Everybody deserves to have the basic necessities of life.
It was Iona that really made me feel like I was somebody.
Originally, I come from Colombia. Bogota is the city I was born and raised, and I came to the United States in 1974. First, I heard about Iona. I entered the Opportunity Shop, recycling store, and I started to hear happy noises, a lot of activity, and I simply went in to check, to find out by myself. And there was Iona, wellness activities for seniors. The next day, I was a participant, and I've been so since then, almost 10 years. I am a social person. I really am a person of meeting people, loving people, doing all kinds of activities. And the pandemic really was a big impact. I thought I will really go down. Iona Zoom came, and there you are. I make friends through the screen, and we become real team. More than participants, we are a team. We are friends, and that is so beautiful. That's a gift. Again, my dear, another gift that has helped so much during these difficult days. If there would be no around town DC, I would be sad. It takes a lot for me to get sad. Around town DC is more than daily bread. It's spirit food, it's mental, it's physical, it's social, it's happy. It's the whole joy package that I mentioned. I'll be sad without Around Town DC. Without Iona, I would not have found my way, my life. Please join and please support Iona. We need Iona. Support it, please.
So my mother was diagnosed with dementia, believe it was 2017 officially. You realize with this diagnosis of a dementia, you cannot do it alone. There's just no way you can do it alone. It is just so overwhelming. It comes with so many emotions, you know. My mother would want to know that though we've helped her through this journey of her, that we did not sacrifice our own lives. Where would I be and what would I do without Iona? Me and my family, we were at a time when it was just not consistent. We were pulling these strings and pulling that string. Who's gonna cover I considered maybe I need to switch a whole different job so I could work from home and be there for her. Even looking at, do I need to look for placement for my mother, you know? And so to have found Iona services, not to just have found them, but to feel comfortable with them. My mother feeling comfortable, that she enjoys where she is. It gives a sense of just peace that I just can't really explain, but it's just reassuring. To have Iona come into our lives and be able to find a place, again, where my mother feels comfortable, where she enjoys the staff, where, you know, I feel safe to leave her, was an amazing feeling. I'm just so grateful.
Hello, it's Emmanuel here, and I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you, Iona, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to serve our participants.
Thank you so much for all you're doing for our clients and older adults in our community.
Thank you so much for looking out for our older neighbors.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lena Fruman, and I run the Around Town DC program. And I'm really thrilled that we've gotten over 700 people who have signed up for different programs since January. And I've also happy that I've learned how to crochet during this pandemic.
This has been such a challenging and difficult year for everyone, but I am so grateful and proud to be part of the Iona community and be able to serve older adults, families, and caregivers during this time and provide them support, information, and resources. I look forward to be able to do that in person, but until then, I'm just proud to be part of Iona and be there for the older adults in our community and their families and the ones who care for them.
Hey, Rose Clifford, Iona's Nutrition Program Manager here. It's so gratifying to be able to meet people's needs and to connect with them and to reassure them that everything is okay and Iona has their back. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Over the past year, our Food Pantry Plus program has made well over 1,000 deliveries to nearly 300 individual clients living in all wards, including wards 7 and 8. These deliveries have included food, toiletries, paper products, and cleaning supplies, all to make the lives of our older adult clients a bit easier and a bit less stressful during these difficult times.
I'm so grateful for all you do to support Iona. And a big thank you to everyone who's providing care and support for their family and friends.
From our hearts to yours, thank you.
Thank you for supporting us.
I am so proud that we can all come together and work together as a team to work something out to get the job done. We work so good together. We're all family here, and we strive to do the things that help the participant, as well as having a good communication with one another in order to get the job done.
I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much to our Iona supporters for answering the call and bringing us goods when we asked for it for our neighbors and clients, and for being there at all times, but especially in these really difficult times. Thank you. you.